Dear learners, how are you? So in this tutorial, we are going to solve 31 to 40 from Mentor's Mathematica. So this is our 31st problem. Let's start. From the semicircle with a diameter AB equal to 2 cm and center O, the semicircle with a diameter AO is removed. The resulting figure is rotated around AV with a full rotation of 360 degrees. The volume of the resulting solid is... Okay, let's try to understand with the figures so that you can understand well. So here the figures. In the questions is given that a semicircle which has diameter AB, that means this is our diameter and this is that semicircle. So diameter length is 2 cm. So from this semicircle they drawn another semicircle which has a diameter AO. So O is the center, so they drawn another diameter like this and then they removed it. Okay, so the figure looks like this. So what is the distance or distance of AO? 1 cm, half of AB. And what would be the radius? In case of AB it's 1 cm, in case of AO semicircle it would be half. Like if we consider R1, it's 1 cm and R2 would be half centimeter. Now after removing that, what they did, they just rotate this object 360 degree. So they rotate this object 360 degree. Then remember, this object's actually 2D, right? But if we rotate it 360 degree, it becomes a 3D object like this. You can consider a soccer ball and having a hole like this, and hole length is AO, which has a distance 1 cm. So we have to find out the volume of the resulting area. Okay, so if we consider volume of AB is V1 and volume of AO sphere is V2, then simply we can calculate the resulting volume, the red area, V1 minus V2. So we know the equation, like volume of a sphere, we can write by 4/3 pi R1 cube minus 4/3 pi R2 cube. So R1 is given here 1, R2 is half. Therefore we can calculate like this: 4/3 pi R1 cube minus 1/2 cube. Just I input the value. Then 4/3 pi 2 cube means actually 8. So we can write 8 minus 1 here. Therefore it becomes 4/3 pi 7/8. This 4 we can write like this: 4 multiply 2 equal to 8. So therefore our answer is 7/6 pi centimeter cube. So let's find out the answer. Option B. Let's move on to next questions. Under all other conditions being equal, material roughness, cleanliness, etc., less paint is needed to paint a cone with a height of 1 meter and a base radius of 1 meter. Okay, so let's understand the cone, which has a base height 1 meter and base also 1 meter. A sphere with a radius 1 meter, a cube with a side length 1 meter, a pyramid with all faces being equilateral triangles. And equilateral triangles, we know a triangle which has equal length and equal angles in between. Tetrahedron means 4 sides with a side length of 1 meter. So equilateral triangle side length is 1 meter. A cylinder, right circular, with a radius of 1 meter and a height of 1 meter. Okay, so in this particular problem, actually we have to paint different objects, but we have to find out which objects needs less paints. So how we can find that? We can simply calculate the surface area of all of these 5 options, right? We can calculate the surface area, then we can consider the which one gives us the least surface area. So that's the correct answer, because less surface area means you have to paint less. First option is cone. So a cone which has R1 and height also 1 meter. So to find out the surface area of a cone, we have to use this formula, pi r parenthesis r plus square root s square plus r square, and it gives us pi plus pi root 2. So if we want to visualize or quantify, this value represents actually 3.14 plus 3.14 multiply 1.414. So seems it's more than 7, more than 8, yes. And volume of a sphere, I have to correct it, not volume, sorry, it should be surface area, only surface area. So 4 pi square, 4 pi r square is the surface area. In this case 4 pi and value of r is 1 meter, therefore our answer is 4. So it's really high. 4 multiplied by 3.1416, it's actually more than 12. This is the cube. A has a side length of 1 meter, so it becomes 6 meter square, the answer. Next is pyramids. So this pyramids is a tetrahedral, that means 4 sides you can consider, and also another side here, and all this triangle has a length, side length 1 meter. So we can use this equation to find out the surface area of a pyramids, root 3 a square. So value of a is 1, therefore it's root 3, and root 3 is actually less than 2, it's around 1.71. okay, it's less than even 2. Cylinder, our last option was cylinder, which has a height 1 meter and a radius 1 meter. So we can use this equation to calculate the surface area, and it gives us 4 pi, so it's around 12 plus. So the least surface area we found from actually the pyramids, so our option is 4. Okay, our answer is D. Let's move on to next questions. The polynomial 12a square minus 18b square is divisible by, okay, so simply we have to find out the factor. If we find the factors of this term, then we can find out the answer. So how we can do that? We know the formula a square minus b square equal to a minus b into, or a plus b into a minus b. We know this formula, right? So if you know this, then it's very easy. We can common 6 here, then it becomes 2a square minus 3b square. Then we can write 6 root 2a whole square. I'm just simplifying it for better understanding. Root 3b whole square. So we can consider this is a, this is b. So a square minus b square. Now we can write the equation 6 root 2a plus root 3b, root 2a minus root 3b. Now these are the factors. These three factors, if we multiply, then we will get this value. So of course, if we divide this value by any of these factors, either 6, either root 2 plus root 3b or root 2 minus root 3b, it's actually divisible. Therefore our answer would be root 6, no, root 2a minus root 3b. Yes, B, option B is our answer. This cannot be answer. Let's move on to next question. Okay, so the equation x square minus 3 absolute x plus 2 equal to 0 has how many solution? Usually we know a quadratic equation has two solution. Quadratic equation means a equation which has maximum power 2, like this, plus 2 equal to 0. So this will have two solution or two value of x. For a solution like this, x plus 1 equal to 0, it of course one solution. Then if power is 3, then 2x square plus x plus 1. For this particular equation there will be 3 solution, right? So by watching this equation we can simply say there should have 2 solution, but problem is there is an absolute value. So this absolute value actually makes the difference. Now let's consider, for this particular problem, let's consider our solution is 2 and 1. Let's say for 2 and 1 is correct, this equation is satisfied. But if I say it's also correct for negative 2 and negative 1, would you agree with me? Yes, you have to agree, because there are absolute x, that means whether value of x is negative or positive, it doesn't matter, it would be always positive, and here also is square, so the negative sign doesn't make the difference. Therefore we can say because of this absolute value, it has 4 solution. Okay, usual cases it should be 1, but this is the exceptional cases, then our option is A. So if you want to solve this problem, I solved it here. You can just take a look. We can write this way, like if we consider x greater than 0, then we can just omit the absolute sign, then we can simply calculate it. I hope you understand the calculation. And then finally we found a value like this, x minus 3 by 2 equal to plus minus half. And then we found x equal to 2 and 1, so we can simply write plus minus 1 and plus minus 2. Except these 4 values, this equation is not satisfied. Okay, so this calculation you don't need. In some cases you can simply use that equation, x equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. If we use this equation, then it's easy to find out. Okay, let's move on to our next questions. If function of x equal to x square minus x cube, then x minus 2 equals. Okay, so not x minus 2 is actually function of x minus 2. So it's very simple, like function of x equal to x square minus x cube, then if function x minus 2, it becomes x minus 2 whole square minus x minus 2 cube. Now we have to simplify it to find out the correct answer. So we can just write x square. It's a bit long calculation, but in simple way we can use the value of x. For let's say value of x is 1, right? Let's say it. If value of x is 1, then this function gives us 1 minus 2 minus 1, so 1 minus, here it gives negative 1, therefore 2, 1, okay, yes. Now the value of x we can input into the options. For example, if we input options in the options A, then it gives us 1 minus 1 plus 2. So this A is our answer. Okay, if we input here in the option D, it gives us negative 2, that means it's not answer. It gives us s square minus 2, it gives us 0, and in this case it gives a big number 2, 1. Oh, it's also giving us 2. That's making confused. In that case, I would suggest you to input another value. Let's say x equal to 0. If we input x equal to 0, then we can again consider these A and B options. So in case of 0, here function of f2 gives us 4 and minus 8. It gives actually, in case of 0, here we will find 4 minus excuse me. So if we input 0, function of 0 minus 2 equal to 12. So option B gives us, in that case, 3 minus 0, 0 minus 2 square, 3, 4, 12. Fantastic. So our answer is B. C. So for choosing the numbers, it's also important try with different number. First try with easy number like 0. If you input 0, then it's easy to calculate, and then if you find the answer, then that's fine. But if you find two possible answer, in that case you can change the number. You can change the value of x to 1 or negative 1, then you will find the correct answer. So in this particular problem, our answer is B. I hope you understand how I did that. Let's move on to our next questions. In the Cartesian plane, the equation x square plus y square plus 4x equal to gamma, with gamma a positive real number. Okay. So it's very simple to guess that this equation represents a circle, right? So gamma here a constant, the value is not given. We have to find out the center of this circle and radius. Okay, so let's do it. This is our standard equation, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. and we can calculate the radius by this equation, root over g square plus f square minus c, and center by minus g minus f. So let's compare with our equation. The equation given here, x square plus y square plus 4x equal to gamma. We can see the value of our coefficient of y and y itself. So let's rearrange it with the standard equation. We write it like that: 2x. It is still 4x, but we can quantify the value of g. So this value represents value of g, and 2 value of f is 0 because this term actually not included in our equation. That means coefficient or value of g is 0, and we just change the side, so negative gamma equal to 0. So it's now easy to understand the center minus g, that means negative 2 and 0 is negative f. So negative 2 and 0 is the center. And what is the r? Simply we can use this equation, root over g square plus f square negative c. So c has value of gamma, so we just input it, and not gamma, is actually negative gamma, so it becomes positive. So finally we found that this is our radius, square root 4 plus gamma. So let's find out the answer. Square root gamma plus 4 minus 2 0, so option A. Yes, so A is our answer. Okay, let's solve this problem number 36. The following expression, 3 power 20 plus 3 power 20 plus 3 power 20 whole square, not square, whole power 1 by 3 divided by 3 power 3 and wholes square. So we have to simplify this equation to find out the correct option. So we can do here. So let's consider these values are identical, right? 3 power 20. These three values are identical. So you can simply just sum them. 3 dot 3 identical value is like summation of 3a. How we'll write them? 3a, right? So exactly we did the same thing here, and it has a power 1 by 3. And in the bottom we can write 3 and 6, because power and power actually becomes multiply, not the square. You have to be careful about that. So on the top we can write 3 1 by 3 and 3 20 by 3 divided by 3 6. So let's see our answer, what are given in the options. Okay, now we can simply calculate them. We can use exponential formula, 3 1 by 3 plus 20 by 3 power 6, then up, if we do calculation, it gives us 21, and down 3 6, so 3 power 7 3 power 6, so it's actually 3. So our answer is 3, option C. Let's move on. Next problem. A sphere is inscribed in a cube. The ratio between the volume of the sphere and that of that cube is. So similar problem we have solved in a CISIA problem. So in that case it was said that a circle was inscribed in a square, but this is actually 2 dimension, But here is this problem in 3 dimension. They tell about cube, and they talk about a sphere, and we have to find out the ratio of volume. In this case, ratio of volume is not possible. This simply is calculated ratio of area. So the understanding is the same. This is our cube, and this is the sphere inside the cube. Inscribed means is that the perimeter of the sphere actually touches the side, okay, touches the sides. Therefore, if we consider the center C, and if we draw a perpendicular line on the plane, any plane, then this distance represents actually the radius of a sphere. Therefore, the side length of cube, we can write 2r equal to a. And these are the equation. We already know that the volume of a sphere actually 4/3 pi r cube, and volume of a cube is a cube. So we can write 4/3 pi r cube, and a cube means 2r cube, so it gives us 8r cube. Therefore, we can write 8r cube. R cube we can cancel out. 4 it goes 2 times into 8, then it becomes pi/6. This is our answer. So let's go here, option B. Now we will move to our next problem. In relation to an orthogonal Cartesian coordinate system OXY, the point in the plane from the point -1, 2 are all and only the points xy such that. So the questions seems complex, but if we understand, then it's very simple. So OXY, it means actually a Cartesian coordinate system where center is 0 and xy represents the x-axis and y-axis, and this is a random point, but we have to like xy is a point which is different from -1, 2. So how many ways it can be written, right? So these are the options: y not equal to 2, xy not equal to -2. Let's see from here. Okay, let's say this the point given -1, 2. The x value is -1, y is 2, and this is the point xy, random point, a variable point is xy. The location we don't know, but one thing we know that this is different from this given point A. So the point B would be different from A when either change of x or change of y. If we change of x, then what will happen? This point, for example, if we change by negative value, then points will go this way. If we change by if we keep constant x value, and if we change y value in positive direction, then it will go this way, right? All are the different from our -1, 2 value. If we keep x value constant, and if we reduce the value of y, then our point will go this way, right? Same way, if we keep constant value of y2, and if we keep changing or increasing the value of x, then these points we can consider this way. So all are the different points from -1, 2. What we change? We just change either x or either y. That means if we simply change any value of x or y, we'll get a different point from A. That means our correct answer is here D. Like if x not equal to -1, or opure means or, y not equal to 2, in that case we'll always get a different point. But let's say option A, y not equal to 2, yeah, that's correct, that's partially correct, but that is not the full answer. Full answer would be like either y not equal to 2 or x not equal to -1. If we change either value, then we'll get the correct answer. And cannot be. E means and, because we already shown either value of x and y, if we change, we will get the different value. This is our last problem today. Let's read it. In a Cartesian plane, the circle with center C at coordinates 1 1, the tangent to the x-axis has the equation. Interesting. Okay, so it's a very easy problem, and this problem comes from coordinates and straight line circle chapter. So let's visualize the problem. A circle A, let's say A, is it A? Okay, it is not mentioned anyway. A circle A which has a center C and coordinates of the center is 1 1, and it touches x-axis. Okay, so if it touches x-axis, that means the distance here, take a look here, this is the center, so distance from 0 from this point to this point is 1, and from this point to center the coordinates y value is also 1. So this actually represents the radius, right? Therefore we can simply write the center of this circle is 1 1, and we know center is represented by -g and -f. Therefore we can write value of g is -1, value of f is -1. And what is the value of r? We also find that it's actually 1. So if absolute value of f equal to 1, we know that from the formula. Now from this equation represents the equation of radius. We can find out the c, the constant term. So root over g square plus f square negative c equal to 1, and if we calculate, we find c equal to 1. Now we find all of our values, right? We found g like center, we found center -g 1, -f 1, and c also 1. So let's calculate this. Not calculating, just we'll find out the center, like value of g, f, and c. Then we'll decide which one is our answer. Option A, here the center is -1, -1, and c is -2. So this is not the right answer. Option B, in case of option B, here center is 1 and -1, and c value is 0. So this is not the correct option. Let's check option C. It's 1 1 and c also 1. So our answer is option C. Okay, so it's easy, but another way you can solve this problem, and that is conventional way. If you get all of these values like center and radius or center or c, then you can just input the values here. This is our standard equation, x square plus y square plus 2gx 2fy plus c. Then just input the value of g and f, and you will find the equation. So this is our correct equation, but I'll recommend you to go with the shortcut because that actually saves your time. So finally I would say you can only do shortcuts when your basic is clear. otherwise it's gonna be tough for you. And I do not recommend to memorize the all shortcuts. Never memorize it, because it's not possible to memorize all the shortcuts you can made or you can find in textbook or other practice materials. So try to clear your basics or theoretical knowledge from each chapter. That will be helpful. In that case, you can solve a lot of problems in a different way, like not the conventional or the lengthy way, but you can do it in short way, or you can just guess the answer by watching the options. Finally, I would say thank you for watching me, and if you like this video, please like, comment and share. That would be really helpful. And please let me know if you have any suggestion, anything you want to let me know. So I'm waiting for your comment and I will reply you. So have a good time until then. Thank you so much.